You don't have any more?
I only printed 2.
Oh, you guys got them.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
got them.
said we got them.
Oh, here too.
I printed, I think, 4 or 5.
Well, you printed 5, you said.
Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. Park board meeting for the month of March. 3 members present, 1 absent, Michael Rock. Visitors.
Here we are.
An audience. You're already first up. Welcome.
Are we being recorded?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So, state your names for the agenda and your business for the evening.
My name is Shauna, and I am the social coordinator at the Bristol Library.
Carol Reeves, Director, Bristol Library, and we are here to update you on the Summer Fest, which is growing by leaps and bounds.
Great.
Yes, all right. So, Shauna has. And that's for you.
Is it the one you emailed me?
Yes.
Okay. I did email him, but I didn't do printout, so feel free. Thank you.
But I'll take a print out if you don't want. Sure.
Oh, you more stuff.
2. Thank you.
Musicians, there you go,
He's
Scott.
here with Linda.
Okay. Oh, I've got one. I just
Pretty
need
interesting when I was
that.
looking at
Okay.
it.
I have.
Oh, she needs that though.
Yeah, how about the,
She needs both those.
yeah, I'll take a look at this. Like the guy on the guitar.
Yes.
Interestingly, do you remember when, I don't remember what month it was that I came here, but we had a discussion on when we should have it because of Rhapsody and Green. Turns out Rhapsody and Green moved their date to our date. It's still on the website, but Shauna talked directly to the people and they moved it. But it doesn't matter because we still have, we're up to, how many, 24 vendors.
Wow. Okay.
Is that craft vendors or between food and craft?
Between food and craft.
An answer to the question about electricity at Cummins.
Yeah.
We do not.
Okay. Thank you.
We do not what?
We don't really have plug-in electricity at Cummins for vendors. We do at Condon, but not really at Cummins.
Yeah.
So they would need a generator.
So,
Yes.
And we thought we'd contact John Riggs, because John always helps us with the car show. So we thought we'd contact John Riggs to get help with the vendors at the.
And they need one of the templates, Jim.
I've
Good
emailed him. Yep. With the layout, how many outlets and the amps per, yeah.
Mhm.
And that was correct, 30.
alrighty.
Crossed off the trampoline show.
I did, because, okay, so I was waiting on Texas Zone House to get back with me to see if they wanted to sponsor. I did give them one. And there was a delay. They finally got back with me. So she's gonna come and see me and talk, and we'll see how much they're gonna partner with us. But other than that, I'm waiting on Potawatomi Zoo, just to see how much funding that we are going to get. Because if we don't get enough, we can't have them. But Dinosaur Museum, I'm still waiting on a response from them, but they seem really excited for the kids zone.
What's the Kiss a Pig fundraiser?
What's the what?
What's the Kiss a Pig fundraiser?
Okay, so that,
What's a kid of it? It'll be so much fun.
I really just, it seems kind of self-explanatory, but explain.
so the lady, she's gonna explain it to me a little bit more, but she suggested to do a fundraiser with his pigs. And I think whoever gets the most votes, I'm not sure if people have to, I'm sure people have to pay somewhat, whoever gets the most votes. They have to kiss the pig or something like that. I have to make that a little bit more clear with her, but she suggested to do that, so.
It's the same lady that's doing the pig races. So the pig races will last for 2 hours and kids will be able to pick their pig. Pigs need a little rest. It won't be like straight 2 hours of pig racing. But kids will be able to pick their pigs and they'll have ribbons and
Yes, there'll be at least 15 to 18 races. And each race, the kids can get, there's up to like 3 ribbon winners. And during the meantime, when they're all resting, they can feed and pet the pigs, and then they can ask her questions about pigs.
So are these like grown pigs or
no
pigs?
baby pigs.
Okay. And are they taken?
It's a professional place. They have a whole ring. They have the printed ribbons. It's very professional looking. They set everything up, a course, and it's all enclosed and pigs are racing. It was
So
really,
the waste will be taken with them? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk to the Georges about the, pickleball.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you have Debbie's info.
I do. I got it from Jill. I did, call her. I know I called her once. She hasn't got back with me yet, but she's probably really busy. So,
Okay, but that's who you need to get a hold of in reference to, and then just making sure the courts are set aside for
Okay.
the day, because they operate our app for us that allows people to register and use the court that day. We want to make sure we close it off for that event,
okay.
but I'll make contact with her as well.
I think we would, if I'm not misspeaking for you guys, but we would want Debbie to run that tournament, right? For you guys. Okay.
Yeah, I'll see if they're able to do that, or if somebody can.
And is this more of a kid tournament or maybe
We were
parents and
thinking-
kid?
I kind of remember like having this discussion at first, and I think we were thinking kid/family.
Yeah, like kid/parent.
Yeah. Because it would be a commons at the same time with like the kids.
Yeah.
Kids thing will be.
And you'll get a hold of Debbie then, Scott, on that? No?
Yep.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We were wondering too, we had a meeting, a summer reading meeting today. We were wondering if they're like throughout the day, if you'd have an interest in like a park board representative being there throughout the day, and we thought we would do tie-dye t-shirts. And everyone would get a t-shirt to wear so that people would know who to ask questions of, but also we could put like, Bristol Public Library, Bristol Park for Summerfest on t-shirts, and then people would know who to ask questions of for two. Let's see.
And where do you want us to be asked questions of?
We just thought of this afternoon. We just thought that if there, the library board gave us permission to close the library that day. So we'll have, most of us will be out there, probably in shifts, of course, but just if you just wanted to be there and just have it put it on and just, mill.
In the parks.
Yeah, like during just be there.
We should see if we could get Mike Robb to wanna do maybe like a talk about gardening,
Yeah.
and Mary Ann maybe,
Talk about
Yeah.
what?
gardening.
Gardening, okay. Wow, right.
Yeah, that'd be really nice, because I know the library's gonna have a table there for summer reading signups, as well as information about the library, and if the parks want to have a table, that'd be really cool.
What time does the event actually start?
Okay, so
It starts
See.
at noon.
at noon to 8 at Condon and noon to 6 at Commons.
It's around the front of that, which she passed out, Scott.
Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys planning on having any parking for those attending the
That's what
Commons?
that's what we were talking about today as well. We wondered, we thought we'd ask, Donna came up with asking the church if we could use their parking. And then would it be possible, I'm just thinking of people like with, like older people or people with a lot of kids. is there's not necessarily during the day part, but closer to the evening, like when the band's gonna be there and stuff, like a shuttle service that could take people to Kindon Park
From Cummins to Congo, or
from
just
the
from?
Catholic Church parking lot if they give us permission to have people park there.
Mhm. And then don't forget behind, over beside Key Bank, catty corner back there. That's
We don't have shuttle.
across from Rosemary.
Shuttle now.
No, I just wondered if anybody knew somebody with a tractor and a wagon. Like,
I might,
we talked about that, we thought about John.
and then you would be using State Road 120 for that. I would talk to the marshal as well,
Okay.
because that.
Well, they might need to,
Traffic,
come down Elm or Elkhart Street
the back streets.
and
Yeah.
then come
Oh, and
across
then just cross the road.
and then turn just that one block.
But I would reach out to Ben Evans. He has a group of friends that we used to utilize for the Halloween festival. And when they did a tractor ride, there's like 5 or 6 guys.
Okay,
That
I
would,
know Clint Yeager might do something. He's not doing well. Hmm.
but it's at least worth the ask if they would be interested in that.
yeah, that would be good.
And Andy's not doing?
He could be one of the group of guys. I would start with Ben Evans.
Yeah.
He could give some references.
Okay. Is there anything you can think of that we are not thinking of? Because right now, Shauna is just like in the
This is
gas.
way more than I would have ever thought
Yeah.
of.
We don't do
I
little.
don't mean that negatively. I just meant, I can't imagine.
No, you guys are doing, yeah, great job. I would
Yeah,
say,
this is way beyond anything I was expecting.
Oh,
Not that I didn't have faith in you, I just
Well,
meant
yeah.
I didn't know what to expect, but this is,
well, to tell you the truth, the 24 vendors, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think it's because everything is free. Like the vendors are free, everything's free.
Mhm.
So I think,
well, then it's an easy way for them to make some money too.
exactly.
And to get their name out there, that was like a lot of the majority of the vendors was really getting their business out there. It's great.
I do not understand.
My only question is how are you marketing this?
Hmm?
How is this being marketed?
We will have, flyers and Facebook, and we actually have $500 in our budget for advertising. I know it's not a ton, but it'll be enough to get
Not
Yeah.
pretty good.
like and what is the name of that? The events calendar that Elkhart County has. Yeah, we'll have it on there. And yeah, we thought with the $500 we could advertise them. I was thinking that, I don't know
How many people get that paper?
yeah, I don't, so as far as advertising goes, I don't.
I know a gal.
They can hear.
I know a gal in her name's Stephanie. And
Yeah,
she
yes, yes.
works for WNDU.
Yeah.
And she said I can go on there and talk about Bristol Summerfest. I just need to let her know.
Well, yeah, like they have a couple people sitting there and she's, whoever it is
Yeah.
talking to them. They do
Yeah.
that, especially on Saturday morning, they do it.
Sure.
Yeah,
make sure you have
Even-
your shirts ready for that.
Oh, I will. Too.
Yeah, and even during the week to get the moms at home.
yes.
Yes.
And maybe we could like make a flyer for like factory break rooms and. That idea? Do that? I don't know how easy it is to get. I would think that factories will let us put a flyer like that in their break room, big thing.
I don't know what all their policies are,
Yeah,
but we
they
don't
will.
see why not. We also have it on our calendar, on our town website as
Mhm.
well.
Okay.
Sharing anything I see on our Facebook page that you guys post.
Flyers can be put
And they
in
used to
trees.
Going to the school.
Yeah, what, summer reading, every year for summer reading, we have to get it cleared with the superintendent's office first, they always say yes. So, we always send out that information to the school right before school ends. So, like every student at the elementary school will have a flyer for the summer stuff.
Okay,
And I did get permission from the RV Hall of Fame, I forgot to tell you, to send them some flyers and stuff like that over their brochures, that way they can put it out so people can take it too.
I
I
didn't,
wonder,
I didn't know if you we're gonna go to, not you have to, but Middlebury schools, since there are adjacent
Mhm.
community, at least to Jefferson and York.
we can ask.
Yes.
If you
Yeah,
could, I know you'd have to go through their administration, but you might be able to talk to the principal.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
And you're gonna take them to like restaurants and stuff and leave paper, okay?
Yeah, and, what was that thing you just said?
RV.
Oh, the RV Hall of Fame, I can
Yes.
bring brochures and stuff, and they might be partnering and, maybe giving us some money.
The other elementary I would suggest is Eastwood, because you have stakeholders that live in Pheasant Ridge, that those kids go to Eastwood and not Bristol Elementary School.
Okay,
So I would, yeah, talk to Eastwood Elementary as well.
what about like I know it's the most ridiculous place I've ever seen to put a campground, but that one, I was just wondering if like some of the local campgrounds will let us put flyers like in there. Because by
E.B.
June,
Pines would, and then if you
Yeah.
go all the way down to 120 and 13
Mhm.
to the KOA,
anyway,
but
yeah,
those are your two that are, I would consider those stakeholders as well,
okay,
places you'd want to go to. Yeah, E.B. Pines is the first one, and then KOA is at the
Yes.
corner by Yups.
yes,
And Yups has a board on the outside that you could probably hang
okay.
at the ice cream shop there, caddy corner from the KOA.
I wonder if they're.
And I think Yups is, they might be open now. They're getting ready to open, so.
One thing I think Facebook is one of your great platform on getting events like this out. Create an event. It's good to share it,
Okay.
but create the event. That way people put it in their Facebook calendar, like, oh, I'm interested or going, and it pops up as a reminder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So that'll get you a bunch of reposts too,
mhm.
creating an event, so.
With that's obviously a time where construction starts. So there is a good probability that Charles Street, which is right between Key Bank and such, and Elbert Street could be under construction. We can let you know closer to the time,
Okay,
but if we're gonna use like a wagon or a tractor, we might just have to go a different route.
okay,
We'll communicate that closer, but I just want to give you a heads up on that.
all right. Sounds good.
But for parking, either
Yes.
or, I would say St. Mary's is great, however, Saturday that's mass.
Yes.
So talk to
Yes.
Father Bob about that. Obviously,
Doesn't Mass usually, no, they have an evening one.
they do, I think 5 or 6.
In
Yeah,
grandma's
it's-
parking lot.
But then
For some reason,
Condon
they
Park,
park in the library parking lot. I can't figure it out.
well, they probably enter the other side of the woods.
Oh, okay. I'm like, why do you park here? I don't care, but it's just like, we've got a massive parking.
I think Father Bob and his congregation would be happy to help, but if we just communicate that with
Yeah.
them. And then Condon Park, we all know it's very little parking, especially if you're having vendors in there and they bring their trailers and such. But I would say the page is great for handicap,
Yes.
Yes.
and then,
I think that's what, yeah, the car show, we always put handicap on the page and then we just,
Main Street parking. People will honk.
Mhm. Hardings, I can park on Hardings. They
Yeah.
do. They park at the bank.
But just make sure we
just ask.
advertise that to you, that Main Street parking will be available, not a lot of parking, no parking at the parks themselves.
Okay. And then, of course, people can park at the historic museum parking lot, or do we need to ask permission?
I would probably keep that more for your handicap,
At the historical museum? Okay,
and I would talk, they close Saturday, I think, at noon.
so it should work out.
I don't know when they close, but I would still talk to the,
Yeah.
I think they
The
close
director.
at noon, but yeah, I would definitely talk to the director, the curator there.
trash.
That was the thing I was gonna ask. I don't know if you're asking what we have down there, or if we're gonna provide additional.
No, I was just wondering if anyone knows any like extra budget friendly, like, I don't know. businesses for like either porta potties or like extra trash cans.
What we do for the car show is we get boxes from, where do we get those from? You guys.
Have any more?
Can we call
Jen did. And I don't remember who that was. 'Cause I think you took what we had last for the car show and they didn't come
About
back
Welsh
here.
packaging.
them?
Was it?
That's
Well,
where
it
they
might have
go.
been.
It might have been Welsh.
If we called.
Who's the other
fire
package?
station, would she?
Ask John Riggs. He knows.
Okay,
Either he or Brian or Rogers. Brian Rogers, is that his name?
That's been official.
Huh?
I don't know if it's who you're looking for, but yeah, Brian Rogers,
Both of them do the homecoming stuff.
Jason Rogers.
Jason, thank you.
Yeah, Brian Rogers owned the auto.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know
why
where
that
we were
was
going.
probably his dad or something. Who knows? I don't know.
I think Welsh Packaging's name's on it, but I don't know where we got them from, but Jen might be able to,
okay,
if you want me to reach out to her or if you want to.
we can give her a call.
Are you gonna try to get some of those boxes for trash?
Yeah, I think we'll talk to Jen at the fire department.
Yeah, see if she's willing.
And then the porta potties, the one we used at the car show last year, they were the most recent one that we found.
Okay.
So we can, Don have that information. And then as far as, so there'll be one bathroom open. I think we got 2 porta potties for the car show last year. And then like one side of the bathroom was open, so we had actually 3 bathrooms that people could use. Does that sound right?
See, our bathroom's been moved back to the kayak place,
Okay.
closer
It's
to the
still-
river.
It's still there, but
Yeah, it's still there and can be used.
yeah.
I
Okay,
just want to
just
tell
in
you,
a
it's
different
not
Location.
at that parking spot anymore,
okay.
parking lot.
They come on their way to someplace else and stop there.
Yeah,
They don't do that anymore,
I
probably.
know they don't.
we had to move that out of there because of people using it
Yeah, I heard some people were really crappy,
literally.
literally crappy.
Yeah.
So,
Then there's 2 in Cummins. I don't know if you'll want to put another one there. I don't know.
okay. Probably, because we'll have little kids there. Maybe 1 at Cummins and 2 or 3 at Condon.
So the museum's hours, at least on the website, is Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5.
So they're open till 5 on Saturday.
Really? That's right.
And that's not our parking lot, so
No.
yeah.
So we can't use it. Okay. Well, that's gonna be really true. We're gonna have to put signs up there. Well, when we talk to the director, yeah, tell them that we'll put signs up, so no festival parking.
So the parking by pickleball is our parking, but up above on the hill is county parks.
How many spaces are there by the pickleball? I mean, I've walked through there, but I've never.
Like on one side or on either side, total,
20?
maybe,
Maybe.
if you get them in tight.
I don't think there's lines painted really, so
No.
Looks like 15.
we just want to make sure we don't block the garage to the historical museum. We're talking
The drive.
to be open to that for that day.
All right.
I mean, we've had events in there. That's, they've talked to Father Bob and it's always been, we can use the
The park.
parking across the street. Their overflow parking lot, they've always allowed us to use that for events down in Cummins.
Wonderful.
Only thing I need to bring to your attention,
You are such a down.
oh, it's gonna, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be possibly a Debbie Downer. So I talked to our insurance broker today, because the inflatable, I just wanna make sure we're good. So obviously continue to collect the certificate of liability from each of those vendors, right?
Okay.
I think they're great. I'm all for having bounce houses and inflatable slides and the rock wall, because that's what kids love, right? The only thing is, this is a special event, and the park's name's not on it. You guys are the ones hosting it. Talk to your insurance. We need a special event policy. for
Okay,
this.
I'll talk to Matt.
Since it's a 1 day, and we're gonna collect certificate of, insurance for those, I'm gonna call them higher risk, the inflatable slides and the rock wall climbing. If they're supplying you guys, and we don't need to list as additional assured, since it's your event, make sure they're just listing you. If they wanna list us as well, great.
Yeah.
That would be the only additional that you guys would have to take out.
I think when we did the special events for the car show last year, it cost us $8.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so
But there's probably gonna be a little bit higher risk,
it might be, yeah.
but
But I
explain
think-
to your broker that you're collecting the certificate of liability as you guys being the additional insured.
Okay,
So that's relinquishing all liability from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you guys. Well, then that wasn't too bad.
no, I was gonna say, you thought you had us maybe.
I'm like, can I do anything about that? Can we hold? And he's like, no.
And then just to make sure, the certificate of liability for like the people doing face painting. It's just, if we have to, if
Who's
people,
doing the,
if people aren't being paid,
so these just volunteers coming in to paint faces for the library?
no,
No, she has a business.
are we paying her?
No, she's giving money for people.
Oh, okay, then she would have to have one.
Yeah.
She's a business, she's
Yeah, she'd have one.
used to
Yeah.
request. So obviously your,
Yeah, everything.
our insurance broker's calling the, bless you. The inflatable slides, your rock wall, he's calling those rides, or, so your food vendors, your craft vendors.
Yes, also, did you contact the? Okay, kind of. Okay, to do that.
Yes, for the food trucks.
Yeah. They'll come inspect everything before we open.
And what level is the parks? I know that we're sort of helping along with this thing. But what level do we want to be as the parks? Like, hey, we're here to support you as we're here as a presence, or any kind of donation that we've done in the past. I'm just curious what levels the park want to be involved with this. Not that they're asking, I'm just bringing that up,
Mhm.
something to consider maybe in next month, make a decision or not a decision. Not to throw you guys, I mean, that's just something to consider.
Mhm.
And maybe it's sponsoring one of those events that they're looking to bring in, like Potawatomi Zoo, or what was the other one? The Dinosaur Museum.
Do you have the costs on them?
So for the Potawatomi Zoo, it depends on what we want, so it ranges from 260 to 470-ish. That depends on the 45-minute interval, so we just do the 45 minutes, that'd be the 260. And then they can do 3 after that, back to back, and that's what ranges up.
So they would be there. There's a possibility for 45 minutes or an hour and a half plus 45 minutes, 2 hours and 15
Yeah.
minutes. The animals can be there that long.
Yes, legally, they have to do it back to back, for the animals, they have to make it back at a certain time.
And then the dinosaur one, they had, when Shauna contacted them, this was something new to them, so they sounded really excited about it, but they don't have a program as of yet, so they were trying to pull together, think of things that they could bring and do, so they're not locked in. But I thought it was cool, they thought it was neat, and they wanted to try. Now, do you think from now, let's see, what month is this, March? So what do you think of from now on, we just come, every month until June, just so, because I'm sure we'll be getting more and let's give you updates along the way.
That would be outstanding.
Yeah,
Okay, so
That
we'll
would be
just
good.
plan on being here the next 3 months.
Okay.
Keep updating, yeah.
And as for the map, that was the other thing you requested, like, to be honest, no, we don't have a great map. But I'm working with, putting something out there, just going to Google Maps, taking a snippet of our parts and work with Canva.
You should do that.
Linda,
It would
we
be
have money
great
in
for
the
a drone,
summer
but I don't know
program.
how.
Hmm.
We have money in our summer program.
Um, so I printed something out and I don't know if that's gonna work for
I
you.
don't know what he did with
This
that.
is a bad.
Have to do.
I didn't do color, but something like this.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're just wanting then to put your vendors there for placement with like parking and just say, hey.
Summer
you're
program
here.
supplies, Scott,
But you work with it,
$3,000.
and I'll email it to you, but I wanted to let you know, yes, I.
$3,000.
Something that might help, sort of like what I use for the Halloween. I don't know if you like that.
Yeah.
When I send that out to my vendors, say, hey, enter here.
Yeah.
Or placement here.
It should help.
And
Well,
our
I
corn
think
dog
we could
festival,
say
I
that
think
we
she's
want to do
working on a
500
placement map
and
too,
if
and I
we
can see
see
what
that
she
we want
used.
to do more. we can.
That would take
We're
care of that.
working on that, and we can try to help you guys like.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I'd be all for that.
And then John's really good. I'm hoping that he'll be available that day. He is so good with helping us with the car show.
I'd like to make
I'm-
I got a motion on the
We have a
table.
motion.
$500 to take care of your zoo thing.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
So second.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Wonderful. We'll make a sign sponsored by the,
Yeah, we'd appreciate that.
yeah, we'll come back here to do that.
That'll give us a little time to look at our additional summer park budget that we have. And we'll see if we can pull any more out of that for you.
Oh, this is wonderful.
No promises, but it'll give us a couple months to look at that, if, with you coming back and letting us know what you're getting
Why
covered. And then we'll see if we
And
can
then
figure something out
See,
additional
we
too.
wanna do
That's
more.
And I know our friends of the library will donate too.
Okay,
And so yeah, we'll,
that way we can get that zoo nailed down, I think that'd be pretty cool.
that would be
Yeah.
really cool.
Kids will love that.
Yes,
Mhm.
that'd be super cool.
Okay.
All right, well, we will come back next month and we will be more dialed in and have contact with these people and
Okay.
it's gonna be fun. It can't rain.
No. I just.
What are we going to do if it rains?
Well, do you have, obviously, it would not be nice if it rained. But have you talked to the museum yet and see
We
if
just talked
if the
about that
auditorium
today.
is open to be reserved for that day?
Yeah, we just talked about that at our meeting section. It's like, it can't rain, but I said, what about the gym at the museum? And see if they'll be
Okay.
open to that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's right on their website where you can reserve it.
okay.
Well, it's not right now, they're not scheduling that far out.
So if when we talk to the director, we can ask about that, 'cause
Yeah.
maybe they could give us. Although one time I tried to rent it and they couldn't give us a break because it goes through the whole Elkhart County Park system and they're separate from, or they're part of that, so she couldn't give breaks.
They're wanting to play nice with us, so
Okay, we like that.
we'll talk to them.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's ask and then,
Let them know you're working with the town
yeah,
and the plan B.
okay,
I think she has my contact info, so if
Okay.
Yes.
she needs to, and I think you have my contact info anyways, but if she needs to get in touch with me, you can give her my number.
okay. Also, if you could think, we're looking for a band, like a nice rock and roll cover band. So if any of you know any cover bands, that would be awesome.
I don't know who the, like the homecoming.
She just
who-
dropped the thing on the floor.
Dropped your
Oh, I
orange
got
wrapper.
my-
You're looking for a rock and roll?
Yeah,
That
it's a
said
rock
band?
band.
A rock
Not-
band.
So the ones that we got for the car show, they were more fifties and sixties cover band, cause that's the time. We were thinking more, what, seventies, eighties, nineties,
Modern.
more modern rock, yeah.
Mhm. Why don't you get bluegrass?
Just talk to somebody that might at least have
Because
it,
nobody
some like
likes
contact them.
Nobody likes
I don't
bluegrass.
know, but we can, I'll reach out to
I
that.
like
Not little kids. Linda? Summerfest for kids.
Yes.
So it's a band the whole day, or what hours, evening, or what are you looking for the band?
Condom Park,
Yeah.
evening,
Like towards the end of it,
like the last couple
Big.
hours.
big ending.
Okay.
It's a big finale.
6 to 8, 5 to 8, what are you thinking?
I think 5 day would be nice, cause they take breaks, so 5 day would be really nice, that would be a draw down there for the vendors and the food truck and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even.
I'll see what I can find out. We were just talking to the community foundation and, they say bands are looking for venues. So
So here we are.
I just gotta find who those bands.
Oh, okay, yeah. that'd be
Yeah.
fantastic. All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Yeah, appreciate it. See
Yeah.
you next month.
Good luck with the rest of your
Thank
planning.
you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the money.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
They're doing a good job.
Jill, the floor is yours.
So the reports I have for you this evening, we are in 2025. So you have a fund report, which basically will get you the beginning of January of 2025. And then we have an additional appropriation report. I'm sorry, not additional, an appropriation report for you as well, which will take you into February to show you where the expenses where we're at. Very, very early in the spending funds, but still give you guys an idea. I want to provide you guys with fund reports in addition, or appropriation reports, monthly.
Okay.
The other item I have, this evening is back to cleaning. So after our, town council meeting, I had a conversation with, one of the fire department, members, and he brought to my attention that the fire department has a sweeper. I don't know if that's the right term, but that does the cleaning, the mopping, and the scrubbing, right? Let's call it a floor scrubber. So
Floor
they,
scrubber, yeah.
so they let us use theirs to go down to Condon Park instead of hiring somebody to sort of see what the cleaning's gonna look like. Eric and his crew used it last week. They said it cleaned, but not as well as they would hope. It still looked dull with the divots in the floor being uneven. It just didn't do a great job getting down to those areas. So they are working on some quotes on what it would look like for a steamer. Try to get in there to get the actual, they think to do a deep cleaning to get into those crevices.
Mm-hmm.
And then what they're suggesting is they're working on quotes as well to do a another application of epoxy on the floor to bring it to a smooth surface.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, all those quotes that were provided are not the steam cleaning. So I hate to tell you guys this, but we feel like to do it the right way, let's bring the right quotes to us, what that's gonna look like, and then what it's gonna look like to do an epoxy. If that's something that can happen in 2025 for the park board, or if we need a plan for that for the 26. But with the floor itself, we're not, I don't feel like the quotes we brought to you guys is gonna do what we were looking for as an overall end result. So
As
if you
far as the
guys,
floor is concerned.
the cleaning up, yeah. But they did, like I said, they went down there and they scrubbed it. So if we need to do that again, I think working with the fire department, they're happy to work with us.
Okay.
And then I don't know if we want to wait for cleaning then too, and just sort of see where we're at. I paused because the one I talked to consolidate the floor sweeper and the cleaning, he came down. Or if we wanted to do Dutch made as what we talked about as well. I paused on both of those. If you guys want to start that service sooner than later, we can definitely do that. But I will have by the April meeting some quotes. I hope some quotes for the steamer option and maybe what the epoxy application is going to look like. And I did ask, is that something we felt like we could do? And they said, to do it right, no, let's hire a professional to lay the epoxy floor down.
We'll just table it till you get all the stuff.
Okay. And is that for the cleaning as well?
Mhm.
Okay, not a problem. Sorry though.
No, it's okay.
But
Well, I think
We'll
we
just
need to
table it.
have the cleaning done before spring. sometime.
Like a deep cleaning?
Well, I think the windows need to be done and probably in the windowsills and the inside and outside windows.
If we're looking for just a window cleaning, we could do that.
I think that'd make it look 100% better. If you went down and looked,
By we, you mean the guys? Or by we, you mean hire somebody?
So the ladies that use the space for cardio drumming, they offered that as a give back. Since we let them use the space, I could reach out and see if they'd be willing to do the inside and outside. That was my thought, or we can have a professional company come in and do the inside outside.
Check with them, see if they're willing to do it
yeah,
as a payback. and
Who's
then-
willing to do it?
the cardio drumming.
Oh, okay.
That's that, I'm fine with.
I
asking
haven't
that.
spoke to them, but it's an
Yeah.
option. I can at least reach out. But
If
I
that
agree.
doesn't work, just come back to us in April.
Okay. So for inside, outside window cleaning,
Yeah.
we can definitely do that. And hopefully we'll have some options on the floor as well.
Yeah, if we don't have the floor nailed down, we'll get someone in there to clean in April then.
Okay. That was all I had besides talking to Summerfest, so.
Okay. Far as elections go, we've been waiting 3 months now for everybody to show up and we haven't shown up. I make a
talked to
motion that
him.
we leave.
I,
as is.
I talked to him. He said he'd like to be president
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
if we wanted to do that. If you wanted to do that, if not, then
Yeah. Or whatever. So do you have a motion? Or do you want to wait till he's at the meeting?
I don't care. Depends on what you want to do.
But it's just he and I switching roles is all it is. I mean.
Okay.
or
So
wanna do
what do I
something
need?
with-
I need to make a motion that,
Yeah, we have 3 of us here for a quorum, so we can,
okay,
can
I
vote.
move that we have Mike Ropp be our president and Scott be our vice president. Can I do it both in the same time? Right?
sure,
And is there a second?
Cool with that?
fine.
All right, second.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
so we did it.
Okay.
Did we do the minute, did we, get a motion on last meeting's minutes yet?
No. Motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Don't know anybody who votes.
What's the calls I've been getting lately? I don't know any of those folks.
Okay, the motion was,
To accept the minutes from last month.
okay. And Scott made it and Linda seconded.
Yes.
Just want to make a mention of that we're still waiting for the January minutes to be presented and approved.
Okay.
They don't get forgotten.
Jack Watson commented on his post. Okay,
still need to.
What else we got?
Okay.
Don't.
They're in this, we've got it in our minutes for this.
Okay.
Still need to.
Linda, do you have anything?
Oh, well, I just wonder, what are we going to do about the Congdon launch? are we gonna still regrade it, or we're gonna leave it the way it is? Somebody said Mike seemed to think it was too steep still.
Yep, correct. So we did, last fall, we had someone come in and pretty much rip out that, the netting, the launch area. He did do that. They feel like maybe it still is a little steep, so maybe you guys could go in there in the next few weeks and let us know what your thoughts are. If you want someone to come back in and do it.
Yeah, I said that from after they did it, that I didn't really even notice a difference in what they did other
So do
than
we
take
just
that
want them to
out.
go ahead and take care of it?
Oh, you
I-
still feel like it was steep? I have
Yeah.
not seen it, so I apologize.
Yeah, I didn't see much change in the grade. I mean, it looked a little better, but I don't know what grade we're going for, I guess is what. That's the part I don't know, like how flat they're wanting it, or I don't know, if it's Eric that's, so I don't know what. I don't know what angle they're going for. That's the part I don't
Well,
know.
I think probably it needs to have an angle where if somebody who is handicapped could get down there.
Yeah, and I don't know who to have do that. I don't, do we just have the
That would
same
definitely
person come
be-
back and do that? I don't know.
Yeah, that would definitely take it back to get to that probably degree of,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'd move back into the parking lot.
you definitely would have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Further,
And I'm not sure.
I don't
how
have an
the
issue with
ADA
that. I just don't know who does that. I
Cause
don't,
it's not gonna be poured concrete, so it's not gonna be ADA compliant.
Right.
they're still not gonna be able to get a wheelchair down there or anything like that. So
And I sort of thought that's what our ADA over here at Herman's.
that's why we put it over there, was to
Mhm.
eliminate the need for that
Yeah.
at Congdon. You
We were
made a
just-
handicap accessible launch. That's
Well,
at a
I think what
relatively
we were,
flat place.
what, isn't it what, I think maybe I remember talking to Mike and he said that we're gonna let it settle over the winter. And then didn't he say something about sand or
I think we were gonna wait and see what we thought.
And see
after
what
the
we
new
find
year, but
after the winter
Yeah,
season?
I thought
is
they were
over
supposed to
with?
bring sand in or whatever and fill.
Yeah.
In, but I don't.
Let me follow up with Mike. and then
Yeah,
maybe we
see
can-
what he-
I honestly don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Like I said, other than them taking out that concrete, I didn't really notice that they changed anything,
Mhm.
you know, like, I mean, obviously don't use it. I have my own way into the river, but I didn't think it was horrible to begin with, but that was just my opinion, you know?
Well,
See, I thought
yeah,
it was really steep.
And it was
Yeah, it
steep.
was
I mean,
steep.
people could do it, but I don't know what they're looking for, you know? I don't know at what level. I know we couldn't put
Well-
the handicap launch over there because it was too steep.
hmm
This was
So-
my observation, and Scott, you use the water way more than I do, is people were not using the launch itself, they were walking around in the grass area to get down.
Well, I
'Cause they
think
just
taking
felt it
that,
was easier,
and some people don't like dragging their boats down that,
the rocks.
yeah,
I wouldn't drag my boat down it.
no. And so for folks that can't carry their boats down, you know, yeah, I didn't like what they put in there to begin with, because it was meant to have like grass or whatever grow up in it, but it never really,
It didn't get to that point.
no. So, the point to that was that, you know, stuff would grow in amongst those,
Tiles or
yeah,
whatever it was.
but it didn't really do that. And then I kind of felt like they put it in there upside down. I didn't think it was put in there the correct way to begin with, but that was my opinion. Yeah, I didn't think it got installed correctly to begin with, but
I don't know if we need to engineer this project, I think we just maybe need to go in and see, is it gonna be user friendly?
Yeah.
Unless the park board, I mean, wants to pay for an engineering study to
I mean,
have,
I'm just saying,
I don't think we
if
are.
we change the angle, we gotta take some of the parking out.
I agree with you, we're gonna have to go back.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to dig back to change that angle and then potentially bring in fill down to the lower, closer to the river, you know? So
Let's have a
I just
conversation
wanna
with
feedback
Eric.
on, yeah, what's the goal, you know?
Yeah,
Like stake, I don't, you know, there's some people that rent kayaks out. If we talk to the stakeholders, what do they?
What are the users saying?
Yeah,
The
Well, and I
visitors?
think that side would be much, much easier for all your tubers.
it is. That's a
All
lot
the
of people,
tubers and
tubers use
stuff.
it and all that stuff. The
Mhm.
kids gets used a crazy amount.
Say we used it a few times last
Yeah.
year.
Mhm.
We
So
saw a
you're
lot
saying
of
it needs to
people.
move to the west side? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying it needs to move from where it is at all. I'm just saying the angle needs changed over there.
It's still a little
still-
steep.
Yeah, it's a little steep, but I
Okay.
don't-
So let's wait until.
We'll check with Mike. We'll send an email out to you guys. We'll have to wait another month and sort of see,
Yeah.
like your question is, what's the goal?
Yeah, what's,
Is it
that's all I wanna
maybe-
know.
Bring in sand,
Mhm.
Yeah.
spend another season with it? Do we need to do something prior to busy
Right.
time?
As a, if I wanted to be a tuber, I'd like to walk down it. I don't wanna have to slide down it. I'd like to walk down it, be able to walk across some sandy area and put my tube down and get in it and go. Now, that might be, I don't do that when I'm 82 years old, but,
But if you wanted to have that.
Yeah.
option.
Yeah,
But we would need to bring the slope back into the parking area a little bit and
Mhm.
then, yeah, bring some fill in down closer to the river.
Yeah, we'll get you guys an update.
Okay.
Good question, Linda.
mhm.
Um, it was brought up about moving the play structure. Did that go anywhere?
I have not received any quotes from Eric. I will follow up and, we did have a conversation on getting a quote, of what that would look like. We talked about keeping it inside Commons Park, not relocating it elsewhere, so I will follow up with Eric. We did ask.
And he's working on the mats and mulch
Yes,
and.
the match for just the foundation of the structures.
And I talked to Marianne Landis, and she said that she thinks that we need more flowers in our parks. And she might be the person who, she and I and Perry went down and trimmed up that area that was down by that memorial bench and the bird.
Yeah.
We went and trimmed that up, and it really changed the looks of that area. I mean, it was in bad need of
Sure.
being trimmed back. But there's that one, then right there by the steps kind of, or wherever it is, there's a triangle that's just of grass.
Mhm.
And she's thinking that'd be a great place for flowers.
Like wildflowers or potted flowers.
Probably annuals,
So we need to
more
put in
than
a flower,
perennials.
put in a flower bed,
Hmm.
truly put in a flower bed.
Yeah, put in a flower bed, maybe. I mean, I'd talk with her and we'd see what we think would work there.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how do they do they take the, what is that machine that they use to pick up the trash with?
The John Deere tractor?
No, not that one. There's another, no, come on, you guys, what are those? What's that with a little shovel on it?
Oh, the skid loader?
It's a loader.
No, it has another name.
Bobcat?
Bobcat. I was gonna say it has to do with a cat. I know it does. Bobcat. I mean, so that a planter wouldn't be in the way of the bobcat, because isn't that how they do they clear off the track with that? In
For the
winter time?
snow, yeah, but we don't use salt on the.
No, I know.
roadways.
I just want to be sure that we wouldn't be in the,
Correct. Yeah.
I'd have to talk to her, but I think that she's probably interested in that.
Like Friends of the Park, take that project on.
Kind of, yeah, like master gardeners. Halfway master gardeners.
Who would water those flowers then?
Well, Perry would probably have to run himself down there.
And then are you putting in a raised flower bed or are you digging out the ground and then putting in a flower bed is my question. Like, would we need to look at getting some form of a planter box of size to put dirt in Or do you want to dig?
I don't wanna dig around the electric that's there.
Well, I mean-
Wildflowers sound pretty good right about now.
Mhm.
Wildflowers sound pretty good right about.
We just throw a bunch of seeds and walk away, right? Is that what you're getting at?
Right, till they're on the top soil, throw some seeds on it and see what happens.
Well, let me talk with Mary Ann, probably a raised bed would be better, but maybe not. We'll see.
That's what, I mean, that's what I'm, yeah,
Mhm.
I'd almost feel like a raise would have to be the best option just for traffic and not having to worry about, I'll call it vandalism
Yeah.
with feet.
Yeah, it'd be hard to ride your bicycle through a raised bed.
Don't give anybody
I say
any
don't.
ideas.
yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Don't make it sound like you're challenging anybody to do that.
Skateboard, yeah, grinding the rails on the flower bed.
Mhm.
We are not giving the public any ideas.
They have enough of their own.
Yeah. Anything else, Linda?
Did she give you anything for your cough?
Mhm.
Andrew?
I
No
just took
discussion
it.
items tonight.
Good.
I just took it.
All my items were covered.
Okay.
You got anything?
No, that you have a motion to adjourn.
I do have a motion for the adjourn.
Second.
Favor?
All right.
Aye.
So our next meeting is April 1st,
Correct. April Fool's Day.
April Fool's
Wow.
at 6 PM. Okay.
Hope the order's here for that one. I would tell them that we need to move the ADA accessible over the other. Perfect. Over.
The Ram, the
Yeah,
kayak.
it's gonna be an April Fool's joke.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
We want to move across the river.
Yeah, we need to come in with like all these high dollar items that we wanna do.
Yeah.